guys, this is Jerlene from the Destination Church of God. This week, we are going to do a series of different stories from the Bible leading up to the resurrection of Jesus. We're starting off from Matthew 26, verse 2. You know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. In Matthew 26, verse 6, now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box, and very precious ointment, and poured it on his head, as he sat at meat. And when the disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she has wrought a good work upon me. For you know that the poor you're going to have with you always, but ye have not me always. For in that she had poured the ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, whosoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also be that this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her. And now the Last Supper. Chapter 26 of Matthew, starting at verse 17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepared for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go unto the city, to such a man, and say unto him, the Master saith, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed them, and they made ready for the Passover. Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, verily I say unto you, that one of you will betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, he that dippeth his hand with me in this dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not ever been born. Then Judas, who betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, thou hast said. And as they were eating, Jesus took bread, and he blessed it. He brake the bread and gave it to the disciples, and said to them, take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, drink of this, all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for thee, for the remission of sin. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a hymn, they went away into the Mount of Olives. The Passover was a remembrance when the blood of the Lamb protected God's people from his wrath in Egypt. Bethany is a village where Lazarus lived with his sisters Mary and Martha. Mary was the one that came with the alabaster box of pure, fragrant oil from the town of Nard. It was very expensive perfume. Easter gives us hope through Jesus' death and resurrection. Because Jesus died, he now lives, and we have nothing to fear or to worry about anymore. We're here to celebrate the greatest event in the history. Death is doomed, and Jesus is alive.